Dobre rano, moi canale. Good morning, my channel. It's a little bit after 7 a.m. here on Wednesday morning, and we're back at the beautiful Penmar Park in Venice Beach, California. And of course, we're going to be doing another citywide homeless tent and RV encampment sweep here. We did one last week on Wednesday, but apparently the RV and tent campers think that the city's bluffing. So they all moved back in the very next day. A couple days ago on Monday, the park rangers came out to the park and pushed the campers out of the park, and they returned literally within an hour. LAPD stopped by yesterday. I think these campers are betting people. They're thinking this is all a bluff. So again, we're going to be doing a big citywide sweep today. We're going to see what happens. It's a little bit after 7 a.m. Sanitation trucks have just started to arrive. I noticed the campers hear the large trucks. They're packing up their gear. Some of them are immediately heading out of the park. Well, it's now 7:10 a.m. and we're right here on Rose Avenue at Penmar Park. This Mitsubishi SUV. This guy has got a Oklahoma plate. He's been living here at the park for a long time. And now we've got the big encampment here on the southeast corner of Rose and Penmar. 2 black Labradors, a couple campers, ton of crap, and they will be packing up their stuff and leaving soon, one way or the other. And here we've got the 3 campers packing up their stuff. We've got the sanitation department has already arrived here. And he's got his end loader here in case they have to dismantle any big shanties or encampments. We're on Penmar Ave here. Looks like we've got another sanitation truck arriving. So looks like the first of the cavalry has arrived here and the rest of the troops will be coming out later. Good morning. Of course, one of the first things I need to do is to make sure that they do not go into the alleys, the adjacent alleys of the park, which is what they love to do. They love to just walk across the street and set up tents in front of people's houses or behind people's houses. And that's not allowed. So we're gonna take a quick gander up the alley here, make sure this is all clear and stays all clear. And the answer is no. They've got all their crap stationed here in the alley, stacked up behind the house. That's not allowed. You're not going to be able to just move your crap across the street. So unfortunately, sometimes the park rangers and the LAPD get so busy that they tend not to look in the immediate neighborhood, and these guys will just go across the street and then hang out in front of your house or behind your house for a day or two and then scoot back into the park. Which, again, goes back to my main point. We cannot just have selective, sporadic enforcement of the law. We must have daily enforcement. And we must have it citywide so that we don't play the whack-a-mole game. So we're going to encourage all of our politicians, our local councilperson, CD11, Council District 11, Traci Park, and Mayor Karen Bass, to please adopt a citywide strategy. No tent camping in the park. No tent camping on the sidewalks or streets. No RVs around sensitive areas like Parks Daycare Center. Good morning.
Morning, how are you?
Very good.
Good.
Okay, that's the park maintenance man. He's cleaning up here. I see we got a few cars still here on Lake Street. We're heading eastbound. We got an RV here. This is a little mini RV person. He's been living here at Penmar Park for well over 2 years. I noticed the other family that lives here, that's the Reed's family. They usually stay right here at the corner of Lake and Glendon. They already moved out here early this morning. Let's take a look at the Penmar Park parking lot, which for some reason every time they do these sweeps they don't really concentrate on the parking lot, which makes no sense to me. These cars have been literally living here for well over 2 or 3 years here. It's the same ones. Here we go. Here we got the white Magnum Dodge Washington plate, expired. We have this Infinity here, tan. This guy here in the Hyundai Tucson. This old Chevy Astro van with the handicap plate. The PT Cruiser here. This Astro van here. These are the same ones that have been camping here in the park. Since the vans are relatively small, they kind of go under the radar here, but they do just take up spaces. These guys urinate, defecate, leave the stuff over here. It makes the park stink. There's some seniors in the basketball court now doing some early morning Tai Chi exercises. That's what the park is for. Adults and children to be doing recreation. Let's see if the homeless guy who usually sleeps right here is over here. Nope, at least the park manager has not allowed him to literally camp out in front of the doors to the daycare and gymnasium here for the children. Okay, as the rest of the teams arrive, I'll bring more updates. Ciao, ciao. We're here on Rose Avenue, closer to Glen Avon, where all the RVs were, and they left a big mess over here, spray paint cans, but they have vacated. So it looks like we do not have any RVs over here at Glen Avon, which is a great sign. They are finally getting the message that Penmar Park is not an RV campground. This is not a state campground. It's not a federal campground. It's a city park. Just because you want to hang out at the beach and hang out in your RV, and you might be good chance that you are mentally addicted, you are mental illness, addicted to drugs, does not mean you can just hang out in your RVs and do drugs all day because you like the neighborhood. All right, we're now heading westbound on Rose Ave here. Our usual suspects of the RVs have finally gotten the point. It looks like they left already nice and early this morning at 6 a.m. We do have a couple of the cars here, which they usually won't leave until the police come and remind them. So here we have a Dodge Grand Caravan, Colorado plate, out-of-state guy, living the beach life here. Got another Dodge full-size van, California plate, June 2024. He's sleeping there. We got this guy here in the car. He just opened his door, left a huge mess over here on the ground. He just started up his car. There's the cell tower that they've broken into to steal electricity. Here we got this guy here. August 2023 expired plates. He's sleeping in the back there. So yeah, you know, here's the funny thing. Here we have the golf course parking lot, which they do patrol, and they tow out of that one because obviously the city has a nice revenue source here for the upkeep of the park, and there's a restaurant in there, a guy who's paying a lease on a restaurant, the Penmar restaurant. The homeless don't go in there because they enforce the law in there on a daily basis. It's amazing how that works, right? You got to enforce the law in order to get compliance of the law. All right, our campers are still actively packing up here. So sanitation has arrived already this morning. They're getting their white hazmat suits on. Here's their bathrooms and wash-up stations for sanitation. Environmental services, rakes and stuff to clean up the mess of the bleach back there. That's our environmental LA sanitation. Here is your disposal truck, LA sanitation disposal truck. And again, here is the first to arrive here this morning. This is our end loader in case they've got some bigger structures to take down. From the sanitation department, who is currently evaluating the situation here. We got two black Labradors, two females, one male. Looks like the southeast corner of Rose and Penmar is the major place of encampments that they got to focus on. Good morning. Good morning. Did you let the city or the county offer you a place to stay? They will. They will be out here in about 30 minutes. If you talk to the Los Angeles services, they will offer you places. You just have to talk to them.
We've been on the list since last June.
Yeah, I know it's hard to get into places. They do offer hotel vouchers.
We've been on the list for that. The circle team told us we're next, like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I know they've put people. I saw them putting people in Marina 7 Hotel right here on Lincoln.
The problem is we're legally married and then we have puppies, so
I know
that's our issue.
Yeah, I know some of the hotels won't take the dogs, and then the shelters won't take the dogs either. Social workers about getting a place to stay?
Yeah, how about that?
Okay, I'll tell them to come over. What's your name?
Anthony?
Anthony, okay.
Alright, thank you.
Sure. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good, good, thank you.
I think this gentleman here by the name of Anthony, I asked him if they wanted places to stay, and they said they would at least be interested in listening to offers. I know the other couple has dogs. They also have some of their goods in the alley over there. They can't stockpile all the stuff by the neighbors. We need to let Rangers and LAPD, when they arrive, know about that.
Right.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, have a good morning. Thank you. So, she's got two beautiful doggies here, but
Can you not record me, please?
sure, I won't record. I'm just gonna record the doggies here because
we're already up. So
No, but I mean, they're gonna see something, so I'm just letting you know, okay?
all right, I didn't want to interfere. That's the social worker who is supposed to offer them housing, but as you already see, I came around and they'll all say yes, and they'll superficially entertain the idea, but you know, there is some restrictions. You can't bring your pets always into some of the hotels. A lot of the shelters, they don't definitely take it, so they end up on lists that are long for a few places that will accept that. So looks like we've got our rest of our crew out here. Here's our California exempt Prius. That's your social workers. We got LADOT, parking enforcement. Good morning. 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 Good morning. I don't get too many good mornings because they're never sure who I am and what I'm about, but yeah, I still say hello to everybody, both unhoused homeless and city employees as well. So here is the legal notice that they have to post here. Lets everybody in the park that's unhoused know that yep, they're coming in to do the cleaning today. 6 a.m. starting Wednesday morning. Of course, sun doesn't come up till 7, so we're at 7:45 right now, so we usually won't get started till about 8. Well, I stand corrected. Apparently, I was telling the homeless people that they could get a hotel voucher, and I didn't realize that that's not actually true anymore. They aren't giving hotel vouchers. That was only during COVID. Right now, the only way you can get into a hotel is through the Inside Safe program, and that's only for the larger encampments. This encampment here is not part of the Inside Safe program, so yeah, unfortunately, I sort of made a false promise to these people. I hope I didn't get their hopes up. They're not going to let them go into a hotel immediately, just to be put on a list to get some sort of housing, or they could immediately go to a shelter. So I made apologies for that mistake, and it doesn't sound like the campers were willing to do that anyhow, because they wouldn't be allowed to go in with the dogs, but did just want to point out that inconsistency here. All right, they're just putting their stuff up the alley where the neighbors are, up on the garages, so when LAPD arrives, we'll have to remind them they cannot do that. It's so frustrating. So police have arrived here now this morning. Good morning. Just pointing out the obvious. Our little encampment right here at the corner has just moved up the alley and have blocked the garage. These are my neighbors out here. 3 or 4 of my neighbors already came out and reminded me.
We're having a discussion about it right now, so give us a moment.
Absolutely. That's why I said it was the obvious. Just video documenting this portion of it for our neighbors. Thank you very much.
Because I'm watching from away. Sorry, last night.
We'll address it.
It's scary. We got kids back there. They're playing spring break. I don't know.
I know. When the rest of the team gets here, we'll.
We don't want fires.
I know.
Those
I
two streets
understand.
have been on fire.
I hear you. I understand, and it will be addressed. Just
Okay.
give us a moment.
Okay, please. Don't move until we know. Thank you. Are they from the Lincoln ones that they moved over here?
So
Yeah.
many neighbors now. We got 5 or 6 neighbors have come out because their alleys and their garages are blocked. Their property is blocked. Still got a guy here passed out on the sidewalk. Hopefully they'll address that as well.
That poor lady.
We're gonna clean this up too.
That's too much for real.
Hey, sir? Sir?
Not cleaning no fucking alley, man.
Sir,
For real.
we're cleaning up this alleyway. I need you to move off this area. You got 15 minutes, okay? Grab your belongings.
Okay, what we there? Did we wake you up? No, I never see cleaning alleys. So clean all the alleys in LA.
All right, thanks, man. I'll set it up, right?
The whole alleyway has to be clear. The whole alleyway. The whole alley. Never have any cameras in the alleyway.
I'm gonna stay in my side.
Keep going all the way.
I'm running out of cop. The only cop in LA. I see you everywhere. Come on.
I know.
Excuse me, sir? Yeah, we're doing a cleanup here. I need you to move off in this area.
I need you out of the location too. I need you out of the location too.
Get there at this side, sir.
Go on this side. to make it fair
There's
for
a few
everybody.
more of them up on the
Well,
garage.
yeah, but we only have a certain area.
Yeah, I'm getting on. I'm just letting you know that there's two more. See where the telephone pole is
sir.
there with the 3 yellow stripes?
We're gonna deal with this right now first.
You got it.
All right, Tim. Yeah, we're
Can we get the other side?
I need this like closed off.
He's coming.
Come back this way. Don't even bother. Don't even bother. Oh, get over there and you'll be fine.
Hey, give me a fucking cigarette, bro. I work like you too. Hey, wait. I'm not gonna wear it in any other bag.
I'm gonna choose your battle.
He walked away with the dog. Yeah.
All right, sir. You gotta move.
All of it.
Go, sir. That's the okay.
1190 and 1105. And be advised, 118.
You're not taking all this stuff. Time's up. You're not taking all of it. You have to take one, and that's it. That one. Have one bite. Back up. Back up. You're done, bro. Grab it.
Back up, motherfucker, with the what? Hold on. Fucking bullshit, for real.
Related to your call.
I know you're motherfucking acting metal show, bitch. You're not gonna stay with your
Go, sir. Exit. We're fixing to lose everything, too. Exit. Exit. You have your stuff.
No, they've been moving their stuff farther down. So their stuff is farther down, past the other thing.
Correct.
Yeah, that's where they moved it to.
Yes.
I thought right in the
That's why my
front
neighbors
was-
just came out here because they told me, hey, Danny, they just blocked my garage down.
Right,
So
she's
easy.
letting the white car circle like 4 times before she can park her car.
Right.
Because they were moving it down.
You see the telephone pole with the 3 yellow stripes on it? Orange on the right hand side, the 3 yellow? That's where they're at. They just moved their stuff over there. There's a surfboard down there blocking the garage. This guy's just gonna stand. They're gonna just, they're gonna keep standing unless we're gonna keep moving this line back.
One of them sitting right there where the stuff is at.
Yeah, right. They're all right. They're sitting right there. Yeah.
Yeah. So we would need to get this whole alley.
Absolutely. And then last time, last week when we did the whole alley, then they just sat on Cortland. But then everybody left and they were just sitting on Cortland. I mean, I know there's a point when how far do you keep pushing them, but
Till they get the message.
well, at least a block or 2 away to me.
Hey, I'm just checking to see what.
How are you?
Pretty good.
Okay, all right. You'll see all the vehicles. We do have a couple of hazards. That's what I wanted to check. All right, thank you.
So LAPD is forcing them to vacate. They were sitting behind the residents' houses here in the alley off of Penmar Park. Very combative. They didn't want to move. They just wanted to hang out in the alley. And as I pointed out to the liaisons of the council office and the social workers, that the police have to clear the entire area, which I will push for here. But I'm going to let these guys obviously do it. I don't want to interrupt them.
They thought they were over here.
Further down.
Okay. Required to wear a suit now? What's going on here?
Hey, I don't blend in with everybody. We're professional.
So we have 2 more LAPD officers. They are our standard, our senior lead officers for the neighborhood. That's your primary point of contact, the neighbors to contact. They're going to assist the other 2 officers. Hopefully they will sweep the unhoused campers out of the alley, completely all the way up the alley here. And yes, they are doing that. Thank you. So they are now heading westbound down the alley adjacent to Penmar Park, and they are not letting the homeless stack their stuff up in front of the residents' houses, because the homeless will play a waiting game here, try to wait in the alley, then they just move back into the park.
Tell JD we're ready. JD, go to the other side. Come on. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, let's go.
All right.
Okay, we got out of the way. Yeah, we got out of your way.
Just move the coach, just move the coach.
looks like the Clean Harbors Hazmat team has arrived. At this point, I think I'm going to jump on my bike, take a look to see where those homeless campers went to. I know they pushed them westward down the alley here, but where did they go after that? Now I am at approaching Cortlandt Avenue, which is 1 block west of Penmar Park. Then I'm going to go back down the alley, which is the alley adjacent to Indiana Avenue, because I don't really believe the homeless went all the way down the alley. I think they're still sitting about halfway to 3/4 of the way down here, and that doesn't really help anybody. So here we go. Down the alley adjacent to Indiana, we're heading eastbound back toward Penmar Park here. And as I thought, they are just sitting here in the alley. I see dogs. I see the homeless guy with his stuff. They haven't made it all the way down the alley here. They're just kind of hanging out halfway here. All right, well, I will go back down to Penmar Park and I will let our Los Angeles Police Department know about this. These guys cannot just sit in the alley and wait for the sweep operation to be over.
This guy's going out town, everybody can keep looking on top.
Yeah, help them out because we're getting ready to take everything.
What about the stuff that
What?
was taken in mine that I retrieved?
Say that again?
The stuff that was taken in mine that I retrieved?
What retrieve from where?
Well, that's right.
If it's gone, it's gone.
What are you asking? You're not going to retrieve my stuff?
Where is it?
What is that?
I've been standing here looking at you get out the alley. I didn't take anything. You look like I have your stuff? How about helping him get out of the alley before you guys lose some more?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Get moving. Go. We're stopping and just get moving.
Well, I think we should take my freedom of speech down.
I have freedom of speech, but you don't have freedom of time right now, so you need to go. Go.
I think they're doing it wrong.
Okay, well, think about that while you're moving. All right, so you understand, do not come back to this park, right? Or this alley. Thank you.
14-17, you have 14-25 boy, monitor your cell phone. 14-25 boy, 14-25 boy, monitor your cell phone. 14-73, are you supposed to take? Bridge. 14-73, wherever you are, supposed to take 3,000, also coming up. 59, what's your filling route? Roger. Roger, 14-51, 14-51, are you clear? Roger. 14-51, Roger. Anyone should know open window, someone wants to take a look. Personally, no, sorry, conference valid. Windows have been trying to broke. I don't even know if it's right.
I wanted to give the LAPD officers a little bit of breathing room here while they are giving the homeless campers their orders to vacate the alley here. Hopefully they will comply here. I noticed the one guy wanted to give a little speech about how he didn't think it was fair he had to leave the area because he saw he was on camera, but I don't want to encourage them to take any longer than necessary. They're already taking their sweet time getting up that alley here. It's 39 a.m. LAPD has told the campers that they cannot stay in the alley, but they have just moved halfway up. As you can see, all their stuff is stacked up down there. You can see them scurrying. But they did tell me that after they deal with a few other issues in the park, that they will in fact go down the park and they will, rather they will come back down the alley and make sure they're not just hanging out here in the alley again. This guy wants to get through to his garage, but he can't because the alley is blocked with all the homeless and their crap. He says, I want to park my car. I got a nice Tesla electric vehicle. I paid good money to have a house in the beach community. Right? I work hard. I want to park my car in the garage and I can't because it's alleys filled with homeless people. So we are at Lake Street right here on Penmar Park. Cross street is Walnut. There's a medium-sized school bus RV here that's been parked here all morning. They've knocked down the RV a few times. There's no answer. So what in fact the city will do is they'll put a tow order on it and they will call up the tow truck and they will tow it away. They're just making an assessment now for hazardous materials and septic system, black tank, gray tanks if they need to drain that out with the Clean Harbors, which is the environmental hazards. Subcontractors here for the city. So while we wait for the tow truck, hopefully that gives the campers in the alley enough time to head far enough westbound, and then they'll go back through the alley and make another sweep. So it looks like the owner of the little mid-size RV, school bus RV, she came back with her boyfriend, husband. So they most likely will be allowed to start up their bus and drive it away if it's able to be started. So probably won't get towed away. Although, being the betting man that I am, I would make a good bet that these guys will be parked right back over here at the park later tonight or tomorrow. So this gentleman with his mid-size school bus RV and his girlfriend were told if they can start the bus, they'll let them drive it out of here so it doesn't get ticketed and towed. And that's what he's attempting to do right now. He's gonna move it. And off they drive away. And we'll see if they come back to the park. Which most likely, that's what they usually do. His girlfriend seemed pretty young. He said he was a local, Venice local, that's why the cops won't hassle him, but they give the same courtesy to everyone. And just as we speak, the Bruffy's tow truck shows up right now. So this guy was about 2 minutes away from getting towed. Looks like our sanitation crews are leaving here. Now we just have to make sure we do the sweep up the alley. And LAPD has come back down the alley here behind Indiana. And the campers are, of course, are halfway up, so they are reminding them they need to keep moving all their stuff. Including this guy with the 2 dogs here. LAPD did not stick around to make sure that they left the alley. They promised they would leave the alley, but they didn't stick around, so we shall see if they will really vacate the alley. It is now 9:45 a.m. in the morning. Usually if the police leave, these guys don't comply with the orders unless they force them out. So it is now 2 hours later since the police gave their last order at 10:45 a.m. And now we're gonna go down the alley here, leading to Penmar, see what we can see here.
Let me ask you a question. Can you stop?
I can.
Listen, I don't understand why you told me. When I asked them guys about the shelter thing, about what you said about the shelter,
yeah,
he said they don't know why you even saying that because there's no, they don't.
Well, you know,
I asked it. No nothing. He said he don't even know why you're saying that to us.
You know,
listen, you know my stuff could have been taken today over that whole ordeal. Now they're harassing us. Now we're trying to that stuff. We're trying to get out of there. We've been harassed all day. And you know what? If we didn't know a little bit more than what we did, our stuff would have been taken because we would have waited and expected to get housing. And you know what? They told us go to San Marcos. And you know what? These people around here can't even appreciate it. Because we clean up. We're not a jerk. We're not an ass. We clean up after ourselves. And we're trying to get out of them what they want us out of the area. But it takes time. We got extra stuff. Don't call the police. Let us be. We'll be on our way. We're not here to cause trouble. Don't tell people no more that they're going to give us housing because it was a lie.
You know,
our stuff taken.
I'm not the expert. I'm just the guy who does the videoing of the stuff.
No, but you told us that they're going to give us housing.
I said to talk to them. You know, they're the ones who provide it. If they do or they don't, you know.
We're on a list. That's what they tell us.
Yeah.
They tell us if your status is still the same, that's what we get from them.
We're not even allowed to go back to the park.
Or we'll be arrested. That's what we were told.
Because we stayed night in the park.
We don't know where else to go.
Yeah.
Nowhere else to go. We asked for shelter, we asked for everything. They can't even give us a shelter. That's how bad it is. Then you tell us, like, we would have lost our stuff. Poor guy already lost his stuff. One guy. But it's his own fault. But you're going to lose out on all of our stuff.
We want to know where all the help is too. We want to know where all this money is.
We want to know where all the money that
I agree, because they're telling us they're spending money and they got places.
And look, here we are in a situation we've been here since last June.
And they came out and they said they said there was city and counties.
We're dual diagnosis, both of us, exempt from work for a year because of our our mental health. And it's supposed to be and medical is supposed to supersede everything. And in our case, it doesn't matter.
You don't help us with nothing.
We can't even get into mental health yet. We've asked.
Begged for help, still
Cried.
begging for help. That's where we're still at. And then everybody calls the police on us. We don't do nothing. We don't bother nobody. If we go back to ourselves, we
I hope they can get you. I hope they can do more than just put you on a list.
Us too.
Yep. I mean, they're spending a lot of money.
Who's spending a lot of money?
The county.
On what?
On trying to help people like you.
We ain't seen it.
Yeah, I know you're not, but you know.
We get less for being married. If we were single, we would get more. Because we're married, we get less help, even from the county.
And we can't even get in shelters. Have a hard time because we want to stay together. Because we're married, we're allowed to stay together. We should be able to sleep together, not be separate.
And then they tell us that our dogs are too big to be service
You all right, man?
service or emotional support animals. And where in anything does it say that how big your dog's got to be an emotional support animal or anything? Where does it say that anywhere?
And he's still emotional support means he's still a service animal.
Mm-hmm.
It states it. It's just California, you don't have to abide by that law. But you don't.
All right. I hope you guys can really get the help instead of just somebody saying something. They had a whole team out here. I mean, literally, there's 20 people this morning. They're all supposed to be giving you help.
They didn't give us a bottle of water.
Twice already.
LAHSA, they didn't even come give us no water, no food. They didn't offer no assistance.
Ever have it. And I ask them all the time. Even the circle team they give us maybe a bottle of water once in a while.
What did they give us rides?
LAHSA came out. Who gave us food like in the last 3 weeks?
Nobody.
No, one person came up on Lincoln.
LAHSA
did one time in 3 weeks. Brought us food.
So where's our money going? Where's all the food?
So any other time they don't have it. They have no tents. I've been asking.
Buy our own tents, buy our own food.
We have to buy our own tents. LAHSA gave us 2 tents, and
one was burnt.
One was burnt by somebody else. We didn't even burn it.
And one was because a landlord damaged our tent.
Yeah, damaged our tent, and we were in compliance. And so now we're not allowed to get no more tents from LAHSA because he said we already got 2. And we were just told this.
Ours was taken.
And we didn't burn our tent and set our other one on fire.
I hope they'll come back and offer you some real help. That's all I can tell you.
I hope this gets out in the paper too.
All right.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Bye-bye. So, as you heard it directly from them, they didn't feel they got any services today or were offered. And all they did is they just moved down the alley. They are 1 block away from Penmar Park. And now they're just hanging out on Cortland in the alley. They are at Cortland in Indiana. So unfortunately, didn't really solve anything. And the guy's saying he's got nowhere to go. I mean, they're gonna wanna go back to the park. So there's the 3 of them. Male and the female with the 2 dogs, and the 2 other unhoused, homeless, mentally ill drug addicts that are there. The one guy, I don't know if you caught it on the camera, he nodded out there, almost fell on the ground, so they're probably using the drugs right there. It's very unfortunate. So basically they've cleared the alley and now they're just sitting on the end of the street. All right, we gotta have citywide enforcement. Not just a one select little area. All right, hopefully they won't go back to the park here, but I definitely have a feeling they'll be back in there probably by nightfall. All right, thanks everybody for watching the Danny Slant channel. If you appreciate the content and the footage here and the documenting here for our neighborhood, please do me a favor and please subscribe to the channel. Ciao, ciao for now.